picked up a great beat on your supercar stereo, Jazz.
You dig it, huh, Spike? Well, let me ramp up the decibels for you.
You know, it's just good to see that, you know, there's more than just old creepy men in their basements.
I would have waited an eternity for this.
Kara might have rushed the production of Thundercracker to get it out before Christmas.
Kara's just trying to beat everyone to the punch now.
Frankly, I think I'm going to end up buying this.
This figure's not overly complicated in design.
Has the toy version got a different head sculpt?
Isn't there Captain of the Lost Lamppost?
He's co-captain. He's
Yeah, especially considering they cost so much.
Let's get down to business, shall we? Hello and welcome to Off the Shelf, the voice of Transformers Collectors Club Australia. This is episode 47. We are recording live on January 29th, 2016. I'm Jason. Joining me tonight, as always, we have Brad. Say hi, Brad.
Hi, Brad.
That joke never gets tired. And making a return to the podcast, Daniel. Welcome back. It's really good to have you. Say hi, Brad.
Hi, Brad.
There we go.
Founding father, hello and welcome back.
Yeah, it's.
Daniel, I hope you're not a father.
No, I'm not a father.
Okay.
Unless you count scaly babies. Otherwise, no, I'm not a father.
Not actually genetically compatible with you, I believe.
No, then I'm not a father.
No, not a father.
Dragon lover!
It's all right. My cat is sitting around behind me somewhere. I need to be careful if I move my chair. But yeah. So this is the introduction section where we ask each other what we've been up to. Daniel, what have you been up to for 6 months?
Business. I started up a new business, so I've been focusing on that, and I've just been really busy, between social commitments and trying to organize going to a friend's wedding in May and my business. I've just been flat out.
Sounds fantastic. I went to a wedding in Adelaide last November. It was fantastic, except for the fact that we got there and found that our friends had already been married. Yeah, so it's the week of Australia Day. So I've had a very short work week. I took the Monday off. I'm doing some stuff around home at the moment. We're moving things around. I'm moving a lot of my Transformers out of the study. I'm packing a lot of them up, and so this has seen me swearing at a lot of Transformers this week. Which I was saying to Brad just before we started recording, I actually broke a tiny little plastic hook off Sunsturge. To a car. Pretty unimpressed about that. And there was a point where I was almost ready to give up on Star Saber until I'm not sure who it was. I think it might have been Alex Ching posted a reminder that there's a switch you have to push on his leg in order to make it bend properly. And from then on it was quite smooth sailing. But yeah, I posted a picture of a horribly disfigured Star Saber in the group on. I think it was Monday or on Tuesday night. It was just I give up. I don't even know how this is. I can't.
I had that with Acid Storm. See, I'm also remodeling my house and that sort of thing as well. And I'm moving a lot of my stuff from the lounge room into the second bedroom, which is becoming my study / reptile room. And I got this really nice glass IKEA cabinet that I've got, I'm going to backlight and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah, nice, yeah.
And trying to move my figures around in there and get them to fit properly is being a nightmare.
Yeah.
You're not good at Tetris.
No. You're not a Tetris champion.
Now, see, I'm very good at Tetris, so, I can make lots of things fit into, storage containers and stuff, but, when I put out a lot of these Transformers on display, I sort of took all the boxes and shoved them in a cupboard. So now I'm getting the boxes out again, but because a lot of Transformers ship in alt mode, I've turned them into robot mode, because if you display a Transformer in car mode, it's a toy car.
There goes half your day.
Yeah, basically there goes half a month.
Yeah.
So I had that problem with Acid Storm. I don't know what it is. It's just the Seeker jets. They're such a pain in the ass to the Masterpiece wants to get from jet mode back into because they were
I've become quite good at doing Masterpiece Seekers. I think, Brad, did you say that you guys had a Masterpiece transformation speedrun thing at one of the TCCA gatherings at Pleasant Surprises?
Yeah, we tried it with the MP11 Starscream, and he turned into a limo. He was a stretch.
I could have totally owned that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I've got I had 6 Seekers on my shelves, and so I've packed 6 Seekers up this week. So no, I'm very good at turning them back into jet mode.
Yeah, my poor Starscream, you lift him up by the shoulders and he comes apart in the waist, but it was good fun.
You probably should have asked people before you let them actually transform them. Do you know how to transform this?
Yeah, I should have got the waiver signed.
Yeah. Yeah, before you can participate in this speed transformation competition, you must hand over a bond equal to the retail value of the figure.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
uncertainty adds to more fun, but it also adds to some clenching
Stress.
clenching when panels you can see them getting bent
I know, right?
where they shouldn't be bent. So
actually, speaking of retail value of figures, I think we've gone in early on the Transformers on this podcast. Speaking of retail value, I saw a very interesting price for the Hasbro MP07 Masterpiece Starscream this week. Now, a lot of us have been very down on Toys R Us for wanting $150 for it, haven't we? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's $230 in Singapore.
ooh,
I
Wow.
know, right?
is that's for the Hasbro version?
Yep, that's the Hasbro one.
Ooh, jeepers.
Yeah, it's pretty unimpressive, really, isn't it?
That's rough.
Although I'd have to look back to see what the Hasbro version has over the Takara. No, there wasn't a Takara version. It was just a Hasbro version
Yeah,
that was released. Yeah, jeez.
I know, right?
250 is what I paid for my Hypernova.
Yeah, no. See, that's a custom built third party figure. We're just
That's
talking
100
straight up Hasbro.
Yeah, that's 100 more than retail here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's pretty amazing. Usually it's not the case, but yeah.
jeepers.
So yeah. Anyway, newsflash is Toys R Us screws other people in other countries, not just Australia.
We're not alone.
Also, I just want to call back to it. Daniel, you mentioned you've got a Masterpiece Acid Storm.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty jealous.
Yeah, technically I have 2 of them. I have one to display in alt mode and one to display in plane.
You're killing me. Will you send me the other one?
Great, good,
Nah.
good.
How much did you pay for them?
I paid $130 and then the other one was given to me because it was a little bit loose.
Oh,
So I transformed mine into bot mode and left the other one in jet.
So
For
this makes me feel better that I've secured one for 110. So that's okay.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
those.
that's not too bad.
It's pretty good.
For those new listeners, a few months ago, Wagga Wagga opened up a brand new Toys R Us.
Did you say a few months ago? It was a year ago.
Yeah, a year ago. And they got a pallet down of unused stock from Sydney, and on that unused stock was the 4 Cybertron G2 Bruticus, a couple of Acid Storms. What else? What else do you have on the shelves there, Daniel?
We got Convoy currently. It's still sitting there.
Oh God.
Yeah, but it's also like $400, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's going to sit there until someone actually comes across and knows, what it is. That was some rich old lady and her, 6-year-old son will be like, I want that.
Oh God. The
There's
moral.
a couple...
Oh, God.
There's, jazz and stuff like that there. There's just a bunch of it.
You
I
mean
recently
Prowl.
picked up... Prowl. I picked
Prowl.
up... what else did I pick up there not too recently? G2 Bumblebee Masterpiece.
Oh, what, the gold one was for sale here?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's in Toys R Us. It's $90, isn't it? Or is it more?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it was 9. I picked mine up for 70 because I got $20 off.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
So that's actually what I paid for mine from a TCCA member. So, gee, it's pretty good.
Nice.
Yeah, and I picked up some CW stuff. So I got Shockwave, I think it is.
You know what? Let's just go straight into the acquisitions part of the show, shall we? Go on, finish the current acquisitions, Daniel, and then we'll do the rest.
I'll cut it to there. So
I got.
No, don't cut it. We'll just do it
I
now.
also got
Okay.
Buzzsaw. What else did I get that's recent?
Buzzsaw.
Trying to think.
Buzzsaw, Shockwave, pipes.
Yeah.
No, fair enough. So you got some Combiner Wars figures. That's all right.
Yeah, it's only the smaller ones. I didn't really like any of the bigger Combiner Wars ones.
I kind of find the same thing. Like I'm quite a fan of the Combiner Wars Legends.
Yeah, the
and-
Legends figures classes are what I've been interested in because they're all the figures I like. I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. Like,
Yeah, so I haven't really bought many of the larger Combiner Wars figures, but I have bought the Unite Warriors gift sets, and so like, that's enough Combiner Wars for me. But yeah,
I've found exactly the same thing with Robots in Disguise.
there's a couple of really good-looking toys in that line.
They are releasing a lot of the cons in Legend size.
Yeah,
yeah.
And they all look pretty good for Legends figures.
And Drift. I picked up Drift from RID.
yeah, it's a good-looking figure.
Yeah, yep, nice.
So despite moving things around in my house this week, despite my better judgment having already busted a part of Bad Cube's Sun Surge, I got myself a Bad Cube War Dog.
That's the Warpath, isn't it?
It's the Warpath. He's really quite large. Yeah, good on them. I haven't actually, because I'm moving stuff around, I haven't actually taken them out and transformed him, but I have checked over the contents of the box.
So he's still in tank mode?
He is still definitely in tank mode. He shifted in tank mode. He's staying in tank mode for now.
Good luck. We'll talk to you next week.
Yeah, no, I'm actually setting aside one of the days of the weekend for transforming him. But I also caught up with TCCA member Patrick Koo, who is in town in Sydney from visiting from Darwin, and he's gone back to Darwin now. And he sold me a couple of Chug figures that I can't quite. It sounds terrible, but I can't quite remember what I actually bought from him, so I'm just digging into the bag now. And
reaching.
No, we have Universe Hound and Ravage.
Ooh.
Because I don't actually have a Ravage for my Lost Light crew, so I wanted the Ravage there, and I haven't really seen that. I haven't seen the Universe Hound up close. I got a classic Starscream because I have a classic Starscream, but it was not complete, so I got a complete one. And I got a Classics Hot Rod as well, which is actually the first time I've handled that figure. So cool. Yeah.
See, you had me interested right up until you said Hot Rod.
I know, but it's okay. I think I have a problem, but yeah.
That's
I
right.
seem to keep buying Hot Rods. Yeah, I never actually set out to buy a lot of Hot Rod and Rodimus figures. I think I've just subconsciously ended up doing it to spite you.
Probably. That doesn't surprise me.
That's all right. That's the last we'll talk about tonight.
It's probably not actually, but go on.
Ravage. I can't recall what the Classics Ravage is. Last week we had the...
I don't know why he came packed with Hound.
Yeah, I can't remember who the third-party company we talked about last week doing the third-party Ravage.
Ocular Max.
Yeah. Is that something you'd look at to replace him on the Lost Light?
Oh, totally. Yes, yeah, definitely. Because he'd be a more appropriate size at that for the Lost Light crew at that one. Like this Ravage is very small.
Yeah, it's a Puma Ravage in the Lost Light. It's not something transforming the robot.
Is not a Puma.
Not at all. Where's Bill?
Yeah. I don't know.
Oh, Bill. Oh, he's sleeping. Yeah. All right.
Yeah. So I see he's been back a couple of times. It seems like the old crew is finally getting their stuff back together.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I got busy the other night. I confirmed my pre-order for Stomp, which I'm desperate to get. Also,
all right, hold up. Which one is Stomp?
It's a Dinobot.
Yeah, it's a Fans Toys sludge. The football.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, right, I'm with you.
Yep. Also, I managed to get a pre-order in for Masterpiece Ratchet, which I'm happy I got that. I got the pre-order in for Fans Toys Spotter. I'm not concerned about camera mode. These things are going to be individual bots I need them for my Nemesis crew, so I think they're in next week from the Crackman himself. So I can't wait to get that. And I bit the bullet and got the Fans Toys Hound, which is Bruce Willis.
Yeah, Willie, not Willis, Willie.
Willie, yeah. Whatever that I want to call it. So
every time someone says that, I just picture a kid with a whale jumping a wall over him or something. But
oh no, Willie didn't make it.
Yeah.
Oh, what a mess.
So guys, I've just transformed Classics Ravage. He's got no tail.
I need to Google
Really?
this.
He's got no tail. He's just got like, I don't know. Anyway, that's Classics Ravage. That's fine. He'll dutifully sit next to Megatron in my Lost Light crew while someone types away in the background. Anyway,
I'm sorry.
so guys, now that we are 15 minutes into the podcast, Off the Shelf is the podcast for Transformers Collectors Club Australia. It's time we do the boilerplate stuff. The TCCA website is www.transformerscca.com. You'll find links there to the Facebook group, or groups, as we now have two, the YouTube channel, Twitter page, and of course this podcast, which is currently underway. You can find the podcast on iTunes, and you can also find it on YouTube. So you'll find links to both of those sections on the website. If you are in Australia, you can become a paid and proud member of the club for just $5. You can send a message to Brad. Say hi, Brad.
Hi, Jason.
Excellent. Like I said, that never gets old. In the Facebook group, or send a message on the TCCA website, and Brad will get that and get your membership underway. If you're wondering why should you donate $5 to TCCA, the membership fees go to the purchase of raffle prizes, which are given away to members on a very regular basis, and I think we have one coming up soon that Brad will tell us about. There's participation at conventions like Supernova, because those tables do not pay for themselves, and more. Now, this week, Brad, how many paid and proud members do we have? I think Brad may have muted himself.
I didn't push the button hard enough. This week we have risen from 182 to 186, which is a rise of 4 members, and our social member count has risen to 1,581.
4.
Wow, that's awesome.
Dan, do you remember when we were steaming towards 1,000, and now we're like, 2,000 is in sight?
Yeah, that's what I was like, oh damn for.
I was going to say, that'd
last
be...
time I checked, I think we were like 1,200 odd, and then it's just like,
boom.
oh wow, I've missed a lot.
So there was a logo contest held during the week to find sort of like a letterhead black and white logo that a number of members did enter, and a big thanks to the winner. That's James Ozzy Osman. I knew I was going to mess that up, but that's okay. You have a Combiner Wars Onslaught that Brad is as soon as he buys one.
It's on the pre-order. It's due out, I think, the second week in Feb. So it's pretty close. Yeah, as soon as that's released, it'll be sent to you. We had 14 entrants. I thank you all for entering. We're just looking for a simple design that we could slap onto some merch without needing to worry about screen printing and all that crap. And all those that entered, Ash, Whaling, and Leaf Prime, second and third, you'll get some Autobot or Decepticon badges heading your way. And all those that entered will be keeping your logos for future purposes. So
we might remove that section. Or we might not. So as I mentioned earlier, the February donation drive is now up. It will be up by the time this episode goes live. So there's some good prizes. There's a Hasbro Masterpiece Soundwave, a reissue G1 Prime, another Combiner Wars Onslaught. So Brad's going to go out and buy 2, and a Combiner Wars Scattershot up for offer in the raffle. There may be some other things that pop up if other things arise at the time. I don't know. There might. Brad, you usually like to throw in some small prizes as surprises, so I'm assuming that that's going to happen again.
Yeah, I've got a couple of framed the framed A4 G1 cast art.
Ooh, now that sounds like something that's definitely worth getting your hands on.
It's only
Yes,
A4
yes, it
size,
does.
but it's good. I've got some faction symbols, and I've got some...
You've just reminded me, somewhere on my desk here, I actually have the fake G1 style catalogue that was done for the More Than Meets the Eye comic crew.
Oh, nice.
I have to find that. It's somewhere around. It was posted in the group a little while ago.
Yep.
Yeah, and so as I mentioned earlier, I alluded to it earlier, we have actually split into two separate Facebook groups. Now, there is one, I mean, we don't really need to talk about it for that long. There is one Facebook group for discussion, and we do have our very own buy-sell trade group now, which is obviously, if TCCA is the best place for Australian Transformers collectors to hang out and discuss things, the Buy Sell Trade Group is the best place for Australian collectors to buy, sell and trade Transformers. And I think there's actually been a fairly decent amount of traffic. I reckon there's been more people posting things for sale on the BST group, which is incidentally, as we refer to it now, it's the BST. It's the Beast and Sales Tax. I don't know, but yeah, no, it's obviously the best place to go and buy and sell and trade Transformers as well. So
Yeah.
if you're not a member of the group already, there will be a link to it up on the website. So get along there and check it out.
Yep. We
Yeah, for sure. Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, when we done our 1,500 member giveaway, our free giveaway, we had 245 members comment to enter that giveaway. We're sitting at just over 350 members that have joined up in the first week to that buy-sell trade group. There's been one or two members or people join that haven't been TCCA members, but everyone else has been, and that's far beyond any expectation. I was thinking maybe 50 to 100, and then probably another 100 complaining on the group about it. But everyone's taken it on board and headed over there. As of this episode being released, the TCCA main group will have been reverted back to discussion. Talk what you want about Transformers there. If you want to do an evaluation,
except for Bayformers.
Yeah, well that's
No, leave Bayformers alone. Leave Bayformers alone.
we're heading
Thanks, Brittany.
we're heading that time of year. But if you just want prices, evaluations on figures, that's fine in the group. But everything, if you want to sell, if you want to buy, if you want to trade, if you're looking for something, everything's over there in the buy, sell, trade group. So
Awesome.
head over there.
Let's get some news underway, shall we?
Let's see what this week's all about.
This week's news, so there's a couple of pieces of Hasbro news. First is some leaked. I don't know. Yeah, I'd say leaked. These photos look like they were taken. I know it's the return of the bloody blurry cam.
Oh God!
How hard is it to take? So it looks like these were taken from a presentation at I don't know, somewhere
50 meters away.
Yeah, 50 meters away and zoomed in on your camera phone. So. First up, we have what looks like he's going to be a deluxe figure, not Combiner Wars, Titans Return Scourge. Now, what do you guys think of this figure? He's got a return to his G1 style of alt mode, where he's just sort of that futuristic spacecraft kind of thing. But I don't know, like
all the blue. The blue.
He's very blue. I think the last figure that we saw that was this blue was Blur. But
I don't know. I seen a Smurf movie last week, and that was pretty blue.
I was retaining myself to Transformers, but I can still see this really sort of chunky, angular look from Combiner Wars continuing into the Titans Return line. It doesn't seem like they're ready to give that up yet.
Yeah.
No, and I think that's just sort of to make the figures look a little bit sturdy, like get that illusion of sturdiness and bulkiness.
The illusion.
I
so
mean,
they're not sturdy or bulky at all.
I wouldn't know. I don't own anything above a Legends class in terms of Combiner Wars.
I'd have to revisit the move, but I seem to, or even season 3, I seem to remember the wings being more angelic.
And more demon-like, actually.
Yeah, more of a
but
wing.
I mean, but like he's a shell former, so like he just has to like fold up inside the wings as they sort of form the main shell of the body. Is this guy a headmaster or a target master? I think he's a headmaster.
Being a deluxe, yeah, to be a headmaster.
Yeah.
And that's what we're seeing in the top right hand picture. That's his headmaster. That has no detail because it's
blurry as hell. Interesting thing is that he does seem to have a split Decepticon logo, which is something that Hasbro hasn't really done very much with their figures. So when he's in vehicle mode, his Decepticon logo will actually be formed from two halves. And he's also got a very small one on his chest, sort of he wears it as a badge. So, perhaps not just designed for that, but yeah.
His double barrel gun, I'm pretty sure I got a target master. That's the same as that. That looks very.
That's what I was wondering with the little guy. Like the head doesn't look like the head doesn't look like a headmaster head, but the gun also doesn't look like a target master gun. But I'm actually wondering if that little dude transforms and fits in the gun rather than taking on his head.
Well, he should.
I think that might be the case because there's like the slot in there for it.
Yeah,
and it looks like there's a peg in the center.
Yeah.
So it might do, like, he might fit in the gun.
That might be the target master thing for the deluxes, is that they don't necessarily form the full weapon, but they might just form like a critical part of it.
Well, because the deluxes don't have the head helmet to come down over the top of the headmaster. They've got so
but
maybe...
see that little dude doesn't look much like Scourge's head at all.
No.
Anyway, let's move on. So that's Scourge. We also got a very welcome picture of Chrome Dome's Headmaster head, which is very much like his appearance in the comics. It looks really good. I'm really happy with that. I really want to see what the rest of Chrome Dome looks like.
Yeah.
And then we got the Generations Deluxe Mind Swipe, which is blurrier than Scourge.
At least he's got the bat wings.
He's not too bad. It's not too bad on the blurriness, but I don't know. It's kind of funny. Like all the bot modes just seem to be a fairly chunky, I guess you said sturdy rendition of the G1 character. I can't really necessarily see how they transform.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't get it.
I think these
It'll be
guys,
interesting.
Yeah, these guys getting in hands of reviewers will definitely sway one way or the other for most people.
Yeah, I think it's worth remembering that most of the Titan Wars or Titan Returns deluxes are not going to be combiners, and so it's. We've had combining deluxes for the last year, and I don't think we've had any deluxes that don't combine. And so these guys are going to be like the first real throwback to the Generations line, where they actually had like proper renditions of these characters without them sort of needing a combining gimmick. It's going to be the first time we've seen these in quite a while, and so you never know. These may get out into retail and they may become quite sought after. They might be quite good.
Unfortunately, the repaints will continue because
of course they will.
Next up, we have a repaint of Galvatron into Alpha Trion.
Is he Galvatron?
It's the Galvatron mode, the Galvatron mold, and
really, how can you tell?
Yeah. Besides the tiny little freaking chest gape, how do you get the Galvatron mold out of that?
The big gold sword instead of the big gold cannon.
Galvatron doesn't come with a sword.
No, he's got a big gold cannon. This one's got a big gold sword.
And
if you bring those,
that's a bit of a stretch.
All right, this is
a bit of a stretch.
This is going off Radio Free Cybertron. If you bring those shoulders together, it'll form the line head for his line mode. And
how do we know he has a lion?
Because
mode?
I said months ago when I got a leak about Alpha Trion, all the Titan's Return Voyagers have a third mode. Galvatron's got his pitty little flight mode.
So you reckon this guy's a Voyager instead of the deluxe we've been looking at?
Yep, this is a Voyager. Okay. Voyager Alpha Trion, and he has a line mode. He's got a beast mode.
So he does look legitimately bigger, but like this looks like a computer generated image that we're looking at because like the eyes are glowing, or maybe it's just the artwork. But I'm not seeing Galvatron in this. Like Galvatron is a deluxe size in Generations.
Yeah, but not in Titan Masters. He's a Voyager.
Oh, so you reckon he's a repaint of the unreleased Titan Return Galvatron?
And
okay, so this makes a little bit more sense now. You did forget to say that.
Sorry, and it's one of those things. I dare say this is, if Combinable is anything to go by, this is the first version, and the Galvatron is the real retool and first release, just like Prime / Motormaster or Onslaught / Hotspot.
Can I just point out, like, because we are taking this news from TFW 2005, I don't understand how, like, someone in the comments in TFW has looked at this, bearing in mind that the picture of Galvatron consists of approximately 50 pixels, and someone's just gone, Alpha Trion looks amazing.
Yeah, to get Alpha Trion out
Where
of this...
is that?
It's in the comments on TFW.
Even to get Alpha Trion out of this photo is amazing. I don't see it at all, but yeah. All I've heard is Alpha Trion is a triple changer and he's got a line mode or a beast mode. So anyway,
I don't see that in this report at all.
I dare say give it where are we, dear? 2 weeks.
Wouldn't that mean Galvatron has a lion mode? If that's what you're saying?
No, because he's got a jet mode. The line features on...
Oh, yeah, because a jet and a lion are so different.
Yeah, but the features... You won't have the paint apps to highlight the features to come together for the head. It's alright. After Toy Fair, it'll be all... We'll get it all from Toy Fair.
Okay, the pin will drop. Let's talk about something else that we do have slightly clearer pictures of. Frankly, from looking at those blurry photos for the last 5 minutes, I've been getting a headache. So I'm more than happy to move on to this. Hasbro has
definition.
What?
We've got high definition photos.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah.
No,
we have one. So Hasbro has.
So far, I'm looking at this. All I see.
Whoa! Hasbro has a new Platinum Edition pack, which is Optimus Prime and Megatron. They are repaints of the Generations and the Classics figures. Daniel, go with your opinion now that we've told the listener what the news is.
All I see is truck and Nerf gun. I'm sorry, but Megatron just looks like a Nerf gun.
So Classics Megatron is a pretty divisive figure because of the Nerf gun sort of aspect to it. But it's also, I think, the only way Hasbro could get away with making Megatron a gun.
But then some
ridiculous gun.
Yeah, but then some are saying this gun won't get it into Toys R Us or retail.
Does it need to go into Toys R Us? Who cares? It's going to go on sale somewhere.
Yeah.
It'll be like $400 if it goes into Toys R Us. Let's be realistic here.
Well, yeah, premium set. Or premium.
So the platinums have gone into Toys R Us at $2.99 before, I think, with the $150, sorry, with the Perceptor and Blaster set, and this is equivalent to that because they're two Voyager class figures, and so like it'll probably be $150, I think. It'll probably come down. It'll probably come down on sale. I mean, like these figures are like $50 or $60.
Yeah, I reckon my Toys R Us here $199. I can see $199.
I cannot see them legitimately charging $100 per figure.
Also, I just bring some attention to something on the box.
Go.
In the middle of it, is that a little hint at that maybe there's a Rodimus set and a
there is a Rodimus set. Yep.
Yeah, we announced it last week. There's a Planet of Junk Clash set with a Classics Rodimus repaint, the Wreck-Gar and another
Junkion.
Yeah, Junkion painted up.
Scrap it.
Okay.
So yes, there is another Platinum set. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Because I was just like, I haven't listened to last week's. I'm sorry, guys, but you know,
No, you're right.
I'm behind. So that's probably why I didn't know.
Unfortunately, there's more Rodimus coming to pain you.
Son of a bitch. Thing is I might actually have to buy that set because I want the wreck car.
So just on this, since we are looking at the link on TFW, the Optimus Prime and Megatron set is apparently already out in some stores in the Philippines, and we have seen it go up for pre-order at Premium Collectibles. So it is coming to Australia. If you want it, you can buy it online.
I don't have the Classics Prime. Have you got it, Jason?
I have the Ultra Magnus repaint. I don't actually have an Optimus Prime version of it. I wouldn't mind one. It's a nice looking figure.
Now that's the same truck mode, but the trailer's different to.
There's no trailer.
Oh, okay, so it doesn't become Magnus around. It's just a white Prime.
I don't think they've ever sold a trailer with this guy for Magnus.
Oh, okay. All right.
Oh, actually, no. I think there might be a case where there's well, sure. There's third-party trailers for every single figure under the sun.
Yeah, true.
But I think there was actually a Magnus with a trailer that was made from this mold, but I don't think the trailer actually figured into the transformation.
Ah, okay. It was just for alt mode.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I could be wrong about that. If I am wrong, please do complain to Bill instead of me, because I don't care.
I've been looking at the Megatron, the original Megatron Nerf blaster, whatever you want to call it, for a while. I've got the actual water pistol that is that exact gun. I like to call it Megatron that I've stopped from being able to transform because there's no panel lines. But
you should call him Watertron.
Watertron.
Squirtatron.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
One shall squirt, one shall fall.
Yeah. He's different enough to get, but I don't think I'd get both to get. Officially today I've stopped all retail and chug collecting. I just can't see the point.
Yeah, that's fine. It's your money. You should totally spend your money the way you want to.
All my movie stuff, it's all gone into boxes today and gone to the shed. I don't look at it on the shelf and get a happy go-go feeling as much as I do with seeing the Masterpiece G1 stuff on the shelf. And yeah.
Now, Dan,
you mean your third-party pieces?
Well, there's some third party to fill gaps. Yeah. But that's the thing. Like even Chug, like you might get Tyrant, not Tyrant, whatever the mini Tyrant to fill your Chug Galvatron. Plus, there's a lot of other Chug stuff to fill your other third party stuff to fill your Chug line, and I just don't. It's too big a span of. There's lots smaller lines out there I can collect and be happy with. So just Dan, you mentioned that you're interested in getting the Platinum Edition Planet of Junk set because you want the Wreck-Gar and Scrap Heap. Is that right?
Yeah.
I would say keep an eye on sales posts in the group because I've seen these guys go up, and this set is going to be far more expensive than sort of $25 to $30 for each of those guys.
Well, last week you said you got the Wreck-Gar for about 40, was it?
No, I got the Wreck-Gar from someone in the group. I think it was about 20.
Yeah, so
I remember when you got that Wreck-Gar because you were transforming it midway through the podcast.
Yeah, exactly. That's probably the last time you were on. Just hunt around and find some second-hand Wreck-Gars.
I just watched the sales group.
Yeah.
Look, I mean, if I see any go up, I'll mention you. But I would also just say join the buy sell trade group and keep an eye on it there.
Yeah,
and
just ask. Just ask if anyone's got one for sale, whatever, and just troop build that way.
Yeah, a few people have put them up for sale, so yeah.
Because the Rodimus,
we'll have to look.
Yeah, the Rodimus is different enough that some people might want it just for another Rodimus classic mold.
I'm kind of tempted as well.
Yeah, you might be able to buy it off Jason if he doesn't want it, but I wouldn't go after the platinum set. You're going to be paying the premium for the free, where you can probably get 2, maybe 3 of the Wreck-Gar molds for the same price, and you don't have to worry about dealing with.
He who shall not be named.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on.
Yeah.
So we also have some Takara news this week. Takara has been fairly slow in releasing a lot of the Hasbro Generations figures from, not even from this year, but from the last year. So we've seen Skids for quite a while in the Chug line, but he's only just coming up to release in Japan in the next. I think next couple of weeks. He's got some interesting paint applications. He's got some very bright pink on the front of him, and I'm not actually sure if that might be more to do with the More Than Meets the Eye comic.
I kind of like it up until the pink.
I don't really find the pink. I don't find the pink that appealing, but I think if you do look at the figure, like I'm just casting my eye over to my shelf where I've got the Hasbro version of the figure where he's a lighter blue and he doesn't have the accents on him that you sort of get out of the comic. And there is a particular version of More Than Meets the Eye Skids where in the last couple of years they've really sort of amped up this look of the Transformers having sort of energy flowing through them and parts of them that glow. And in some cases, those glowing panels on Skids do look slightly pink, maybe like orange, bright orange, tangerine. And so, like, yeah, I can totally see why Takara would put a little bit of pink on that.
Is yours the Hasbro one?
Yes, there's no one has the no one has.
Oh, of course. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Just sort of pink. Okay, but then looking at the bottom of the spoiler and the wheels, you can tell it's definitely a lot of colour.
If you're looking at the run sheet now, just have a look at the run sheet now because I've just pasted in a picture of Skids from not quite Skids from More Than Meets the Eye, but it's some fan art, and so you can sort of see where that pink highlight comes from.
Yeah, yeah.
And so that accent is even completely missing on Hasbro's version. So it's almost like Takara's gone out of their way to actually make this a more comic accurate instead of cartoon accurate figure.
Yeah,
they've given him a darker blue as well.
I would have been much happier if they gone for like that lighter orange tangerine instead of that bright fuchsia pink, I reckon.
Probably, but you know.
But I actually, seeing that picture, I do completely understand why the pink is there now, and it kind of, like I said, it's not enough to sort of drag your eye away from the figure either.
Yeah. I like the darker blue on the Takara version as well. The one thing I'd say, have you guys got this figure?
Yes, I do.
No, I haven't.
I find him really difficult to stand up.
Exactly, his heels are horrible.
Yeah, his feet.
Yeah.
Like the only way I've really been able to get him to stand up is by sort of leaning him forward. But
and
I see
his arms forward too, just to get that.
Yeah,
weight.
you have to move the arms forward.
Yeah.
I find. So like Takara's posed him here by almost turning his legs almost out 90 degrees. So
yeah.
I might try that with mine and see how it goes.
Yeah.
I find it odd that they've given him clown feet though. Like his feet look so disproportionate to his.
Yeah,
legs.
they really are, and it's so weird because he's got such large feet, but he's so bad at standing up.
I think the biggest thing because the set of wheels that are in his legs, they don't fold away into the feet enough, and he rocks on his heels too much.
Yeah, I get the feeling like they intended him to actually sit on the wheel, but didn't really work out.
Yeah, when I first seen this photo gathering the news pics, I thought back when Fall of Cybertron was coming out, you might not remember, but we had a I don't know if it was a fan concept or what it was. There was a Ford Falcon, Australian Ford Falcon concept art of a Transformer to fit in the Fall of Cybertron sort of image or design. Mm-hmm. And this thing just reminded me of that, just the same colour, the same sort of panel lines. YouTube viewers, I'll get the photo to put in here, but it just sort of reminded me big time of that. Just more of a Fall.
Let Daniel, let's both just pretend that we've just seen the photo that Brad's put in and just go, yeah, fair enough.
Nah.
All right, let's move on.
Yeah.
there is a new masterpiece coming out. Ironhide is making his way out to retailers everywhere now. He's already in stock online at a couple of overseas dealers. He is apparently in stock in Singapore. I was talking with a couple of people earlier. This is actually pretty common in Singapore and Hong Kong. A lot of toy dealers will actually, like guys from Singapore, will go to Japan this week where they know this figure's getting released. They'll buy as many as they can fit in their suitcase and bring him back. And he will be on sale this Saturday at China Square Central in Singapore.
I'd hope so. It's the 29th.
Yeah. But I mean, Takara, it's all well and good. Takara can say that they're going to release the figure, but it might not actually ship out to everyone by then. But yeah, no, these guys go and pick it up and fly it back, and they come back with a couple of suitcases full of stuff, really. So yeah, so he should be out all over the place in the next week or so. So there's starting to be a flood of Ironhide images. The first cab off the rank, Cybertron.com, managed to post some pictures of the masterpiece coin that is the coin that Hasbro Asia distributes with the Japanese masterpieces outside of Japan. Thankfully, this time they've managed to do it without any typos.
Dare I say the coin head sculpt looks better than the figure?
I think the figure head sculpt looks fine.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, they've managed to not misspell Ironhide, which is good for fans of Wheeljack. And also, if you remember, I posted in the group a couple of weeks ago when I got my red Bumblebee. What do they call it? The Bumblebee Red Bobby. It's like, so seriously, Hasbro has the B team working on these coins.
the translation.
Yeah, like that. So they spelled Wheeljack without the H. So it was Wheeljack. And yeah, MP21R, the Bumblebee Red Bobby, which should have been Red Body, but yeah. So anyway, yeah, we can see the coin. It's got the sort of Ironhide's van front on the front, and he's got a jetpack on the back, which is a good sign that you are going to get a jetpack with the figure.
That one episode.
that is all the excuse that Takara needs.
Yeah.
Can I ask a serious question? As somebody that has a couple of masterpiece figures but no coins, what is with the deal with the coins? Like,
they're an extra collectible that they become a little bit of a chase thing. They sort of became a thing around, I think, MP7, MP8. They didn't get distributed before that, and yeah, I sort of wasn't really aware of them until sort of MP15 and 16, but they have been around. And if you buy Transformers from Japan, you won't get them because Hasbro Asia, as funny as it sounds, Takara stuff is distributed outside of Japan by Hasbro, and Hasbro also makes their own versions of these things and then distributes them themselves. But this is why you can buy Takara masterpieces in Singapore, is because they're distributed by Hasbro Asia. Yeah. And so Hasbro Asia takes all the stock from Takara, and they add these coins as a bit of an incentive to people to just sort of collect the whole set and chase them up. So if I'm honest, I don't get them either.
It's the whole point of collecting. You get this, and if you can get ones with coins, then we've got people in the group that are full on collecting all the coins. And I think as we talked about, I think was with tracks, the coins, unless you're going to display the coins in the package they come in, you have to destroy that package to get them out.
I don't think you have to destroy it. I mean, it's just a piece of plastic inside it.
Yeah, but they're glued to it. Apparently, you have to really do some damage to get them out. Like I know there's been a couple of people who've displayed their coins all on little shelves from 7 through to 18 or whatever. But
yeah, I see what you mean about the glue. I've got the Star Saber coin in front of me here. Yeah, so like they're glued, but they're only glued in a couple of points. So
I'm sure you can apply heat or something to dislodge glue, but maybe people are just a little bit anxious to get them out of the card. But so
I kind of like the coin packaging. Like it's a nice sort of cute little representation of the character. And like Daniel, I totally don't understand why they do it either, because it's not like they're going to make a sale because of the coin.
Well, it's not.
Yeah.
It's not as we see. Like it's only for one certain branch to bite through where you get it. So it's not changing the price of the figure. It boggles the
It's
mind.
just literally just an extra little collectible thing that people can collect.
Yeah.
Hardcore collectors anyway.
So ultimately, I think you end up with a little bit of prestige if you end up with a rare figure. Like so,
Like MP10's one of the rarer ones.
No, but MP10's not rare. It got reissued. But like, I guess what I'm thinking about is a figure like Ultra Magnus, which is about to be reissued, but is currently pretty hard to come by.
Yeah.
So if you've got that figure for sale and you've got the coin with it as well, it's just sort of like a, you get like a double plus on the power up for being a good collector or something like that. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe someone who's listening would actually like to
let us
answer
know.
us and tell us whether the Masterpiece coins actually hold any appeal to them.
Yeah.
So in another part of news from Cybertron.com, they have the Takara Transformers, like the Takara MP27 Ironhide.
Hasn't the box
In and out
had the
of
shit
box.
kicked out of it?
Yeah, this postage sucks.
Yeah, that box has been through hell. But as we were talking about the jetpack, what would you look at that? There's the freaking jetpack.
Totally.
It's there. It's there. That's kind of cool. Like, it's that little tiny attention to detail that is cool.
It's interesting with this. I packed up my MP1 the other day, and I don't recall the last time a Masterpiece came with a separate accessory tray. Because you can see in here that the box for Ironhide, there's the jetpack and the blaster parts for the jetpack. They are actually in their own separate piece.
They are too, yep. And the hands, the head.
Yeah. I think that's kind of cool, actually, the fact that they've, gone out and made this separate pack that is, and something that's not a stand that you can stick all your extra bits on so they're not getting lost, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, accessory count.
Sled, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
so let's talk about the figure. He looks pretty good. I think there's been a bit of a turnaround on thoughts on the figure this week, as we've seen a lot less staged photographs of him come out, a lot of different poses. I don't know that anyone actually cares anymore that he's got wheels on his ass. There's only a little bit of concern about the so-called hip skirts as well, but frankly, I think they look fine.
We've seen like Alex Shin posted yesterday about the removal of them. As I said to you before, Jason,
It's just an extra bit of ass cheek. Let's face it, they just wanted him to have a little bit more ass with those wheels.
He's got a little bit more junk in his trunk, is what you're saying.
Yeah, just adds some colour to the air quotes diaper that everyone complains about. I don't see the issue. It just adds that little bit of red to it.
I'm not super happy about the look of the diaper, but I'm also don't care. Like the figure on the whole looks good.
He doesn't have any hollow bits by the looks of it. He's nice solid legs. He's got some real good ankle tilts looking at it. And again, no one poses their figures backwards, so the whole ass cheek tire thing and all that crap, just stop nitpicking. It's all nitpicks. The one complaint, yes, behind the lights and bumper of his chest, it's sort of a bit hollow there, but
I don't really know how you can do this figure without having that. I think the effect that they've put on the plastic looks fine.
Yeah, I want to get him in hand. I can't wait now.
Yeah. And now this is something more for me because, well, I love this, but Cybertron.com has revealed that there is a new official website launched to commemorate the 20th anniversary of Beast Wars, called The Applause and the Cries of the Thousand Dying Adults.
Truck not monkey!
But yeah, so Takara has released its own site for the celebration of the 20th anniversary of Beast Wars. There's not much there. Checking it out.
There's some line art of Masterpiece Primal.
Yeah, pretty much that's it.
Yeah.
But, you know, there'll be some more stuff launched soon, I'm pretty sure. I mean,
I'm pretty sure there will be.
I've heard rumors of Megatron, Cheetor, and Rat Trap.
Actually, there is like a movie on there. There's like so far there's 3 parts online.
Yeah.
They are YouTube videos, but it's something to show up there. And there's links across to the other Unite Warriors and Masterpiece figure lines. But so there's something happening at Easter. So Beast Wars birthday, 20th anniversary program, Beast Wars Road to Easter. There's going to be something broadcast at Easter by the looks of it, probably on the website. So yeah.
I'm going to speculate now that as final paint image, release image or something for Primal.
Maybe.
I'm hearing rumours, but I don't see anything more than Primal. I still think this is a Star Saber of the Masterpiece line. It's going to be a one-off because it ranked so high in the fan vote a couple of years ago.
I don't think it'll be one-off. I really don't. And I kind of hope it's not, because Beast Wars was one of my favourite lines.
Oh, I fully agree. I'd love at least a Megatron.
I kind of feel like if they're going to do another Beast Wars figure as a masterpiece, they better announce it soon. We've seen news that Optimus Primal is coming since midway through last year, and so if they're going to do it for the anniversary, they better get on it.
Well, I don't think it says here when he's due out.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't. He's the last masterpiece we've heard about. I can't recall when in the year we start hearing about new ones, but there'd have to be something pretty soon. What we've got Ratchet, we've got Ironhide, Ratchet, and Primal. Are they the only ones? And
Shockwave and Hot Rod.
Yeah, Shockwave, Hot Rod, and Ramjet. So
that could well take you through to June.
Yeah, anything that's going to be announced is going to be February next year.
Takara takes months to get stuff out, but they will have masterpieces for the tail end of the year. Trax and Road Rage were supposed to be out late last year. We ended up getting Bumblebee and G2 Bumblebee instead.
Yeah.
It's they will have masterpieces for the end of the year. They just haven't told us what they are yet.
Yeah, I think the whole trying to guess what's coming, what they're going to do is just, it's getting harder and harder because they're doing more and more. No one's seen a Red Bee, no one's seen, I suppose Road Rage come first, but still, yeah. Yeah.
So look, there's
wait and watch.
That's the Takara Tomy thing. I actually find it kind of interesting because it is the 20th anniversary. They've got so many shots of these characters, and the original animation wasn't high definition for Beast Wars, and so to get so much high resolution artwork, there's still got to be someone messing with these with the computer generated the CGI models.
Yeah,
of these.
someone's got the assets and they've done some work to them.
Yeah, they totally have. They look good for their age.
That Prime. If you scroll down the bottom, that Prime. We have never seen a Beast Wars Primal look that good. That's someone's hyper detailed that.
Speaking of hyper detail,
yeah,
I think maybe we should move on and talk about some third party Transformers.
Oh yeah, the endless money pit.
That is actually the alternate name for the third party Transformers, the endless money pit. Transform Mission. They've got their first not Menasor combiner coming out soon. He's starting to look pretty damn good, but he's also just starting to look like a figure that I'm just a bit bored of because it's too much detail for me.
It only took a week. We talked around last week, and he was missing his left arm, but
yeah.
To be quite honest, I'm kind of over this whole combiner con thing. If you're going to do combiners, do something that's not been beaten around the bush 40 bajillion times before you.
Yeah, so the trouble with that is if you don't do a really well known combiner, people just aren't going to buy it.
Well, that's what do you do? There's the main 5. If you want to go into Headmasters or beyond, I'm sure the Japanese market's going to be there because it was produced over there. But But even still, we got people saying they're going to go for Leah Kaiser, and I think it's MMC that are doing that.
So there are a couple of things there's a couple of things in this figure that I really quite like. And I know I'm one of the people in the group who doesn't really care for it, but I like the fact that they're including rubber tires in this. More than that, are including articulated combiner hands, or just the articulated hands. I think make a massive difference to the posability for the figure.
When you've got a bot that size,
the photograph that's published on TFW sort of has Menasor reaching for the camera, and you can't do that with other the Hasbro or the Takara combiners.
No.
You can't do it with you can sort of do it with the Devastator, but like it works so well because they've actually articulated these fingers really well. I often find I find companies sell replacement hands for a lot of Masterpiece figures, because if you look back at some of the original Masterpieces, they actually had articulated fingers in them, and they lost that in the last couple of years. And so they've left this market open for a lot of these companies to release these third-party hands. A lot of them are just like pipes with links in the end, and they don't look like fingers.
Well, that's exactly right. The Perfect Effect Combiner hands, they're not nothing like this. They're not fingers. They're just, as you said, sort of pipes that they're big enough to have the knuckle joints in them. To wrap around a gun or wrap around a sword. You can't point. You can't sort of grasp and do pose in the air or whatever else. But this guy. He's nice. He's got some width to him and some bulk to him. I have no issue with that.
Yeah,
but just,
I kind of actually really like the chunkiness.
he's a good looking bot.
He is a good looking bot.
I just have no
need
love for Menasor. Even the Combiner Wars one, I've got it because I got it for cheap for $100. It's the only reason I got it. And even then, I'm probably going to display him individually. I don't have any.
Is it fair to say that we just don't find that Menasor is a compelling character?
Oh, I don't think he's much different to the rest of them from the cartoon.
But I mean, in terms of being a character, because this is going to be a $600 or $700 figure, right? Like, there's no getting around that. So, is Menasor a character? Is Menasor a character that you're really going to spend that much money on?
No.
No, he's not. No. But there's someone out there. Obviously.
I don't think any of the combiners. Devastator is the only one that I'd consider.
There is also a part that doesn't sit quite well with me on the combiner limb kind of thing with this, is that he looks like he's the main body, and then you stick a car to the arm or the leg, and then you stick a foot that doesn't form part of the car onto the bottom of it. So
which is G1 accurate.
But the same with the hands as well. It's just like all of these parts, like below the elbows, they're not part of the actual cars that you're combining onto him, and below the ankles, they're not actually a part of the figure.
Yeah, and I'll admit it right now. Toyworld Devastator is exactly the same thing. You've got the whole construction vehicle sitting there, and then you've got these massive
generators. Didn't we call them?
No, these aren't. Whatever you call the bit between your elbow and your wrist. You got them sitting there.
Yeah, your forearm.
Forearm, yeah. Your forearms that have got nothing to do. They're not they don't combine into the alt mode or into the bot mode or whatever into the individual modes. They're complete add-on bits. Like these feet, they're as big as the car themselves almost.
They are. So are the forearms, and so like that. That's why looking at the figure, like it seems like a cheat.
Yeah, it's G1 accurate. I'll give it that.
You said that before. I don't think that's fair, because G1 they shipped you the hands.
Oh no, cartoon. I'm talking cartoon. You've got just the robot, then you've just got you've got whatever car or alt mode included in that gestalt is just plastered on the side of the bot mode. But that's like I was talking last week. Just the drag strip hanging up above the shoulders. You got whoever the other guy is, and just the car's just sitting on the legs. Plus you plug the feet in, and just I understand. Anyway. I understand it's G1 aesthetic, but yeah.
See, for me, if I'm going to fork out $600 for a figure, right, using the legs as an option here, right, I want the car to become the leg. Like, sure enough, if you can add, like, some more to give it more stability on the back by, like, having it... But just having a car that folds, like, back on itself so you've got movement in the knee joints is stupid.
Well, it's
Like-
pretty much it's upscaled Combiner Wars. You look at the legs, the bonnets come up so the thighs can plug into the front of them, and the shoulders, like the arms, the back of the cars come up so the elbow can plug into them. There's no other transformation in the alt modes whatsoever.
Yeah, I know, it's kind of shit.
Yeah. Next up, we've got a preview. Mastermind.
Yeah,
Obsidian.
unofficial Obsidian.
Of course, this has to be a comic character that I have no knowledge of. His helicopter, or
Either way, I like the look of this character.
yeah,
I really enjoy the look of this character.
yeah, the rotor cog things, I don't understand, but the jet, the hover jet, whatever you want to call it, sort of, or it's supposed to be VTOL, but that all looks good. We're only seeing early prototype.
I actually enjoy that cog look. I actually really do.
Yeah.
I feel that adds to like this futuristic vibe that the comics are going for.
Well, again, I'm not saying the where it's set or anything else, so I can't. I'm not going to downplay it. Even like you got the cockpit painted yellow, some nice teal through the body, and just those big red cogs on the shoulder.
I think it looks good. I think he's kind of his feet come together kind of weird. It's weird.
They got to separate. That's
So I'm in two minds about Mastermind Creations right now. Actually, have they said that this guy is going to be part of their reformatted line, or is he going to be something else? Does MMC usually releases reformatted? I don't know. You can't really tell from these images.
nothing's been
Check
released yet.
Check it after the break, and let us know your thoughts on getting updated versions of Beast Machine's popular vehicle and General Duo on the board. So it says updated, so it could be from their refurbished lines.
Refurbisher? What?
It says...
Do you mean reformatted?
There we go. Refurbished, reformatted.
Refurbished and reformatted are very different things.
Yep.
But there you go.
Yeah, okay.
It does say update.
So the thing is that, like, I find MMC's reformatted line can be vastly different from release to release, and it's like this guy looks fairly angular and fairly chunky, and obviously that's sort of in line with the source material. But then like these guys also delivered like Cynicus as almost a Transformers Prime figure with all these tiny limbs. But then they also delivered Spartan, he's the big Wrecker style impactor. And so like, I don't know, I kind of feel like MMC can be pretty hit and miss on their figure quality.
Yeah.
And I'm also not sure of this guy's size because their sizes are all over the place. I mean, this guy could be a deluxe size.
Well, that's the thing, they do a lot of chug, scale into chug, don't they?
Well... Yeah, no, I think you're right. Like they do a lot of Voyager size, right? They don't sort of go up to Masterpiece size. But then Masterpiece size is not necessarily away from Chug's Voyager size anymore.
Yeah.
To be fair, in either case, I actually kind of really like the look of this figure.
I like the lines. I'm not really crash hot on the rotors, but yeah.
I love the rotors. That's like legit my favorite part of this figure is freaking rotors.
His I don't really like his missiles forming his hands either.
I mean, give it a couple of weeks, we'll see prototypes of this, and
yeah, we will.
We ought to have a good look at the figure. Yeah.
Let's move on because this one's going to cause controversy. Toyworld has decided to dip their hands into the Masterpiece Seeker.
Time to make some money.
Well, apparently so. Like, they're not making enough money off everything else that they've been doing, but they've decided to bring out Seekers, or at least a Seeker, and they're starting with Ramjet for some reason. Probably because every other Seeker's been done like all over the place. But
Frost, where's Frost?
Well, he'll be one of the next releases shortly in this line. But so they've sort of got the figure has a bit of a problem that sort of will see me not buy it at all, which is that he's larger than all of the other Masterpiece Seekers. He's huge. So, Brad, you were talking earlier.
Yeah, we've had this conversation.
Yeah, well, no, so you were talking earlier about how you as a collector you might buy a third party figure to plug a hole in your collection, and so like before you get the official Masterpiece Ramjet, you might get a third party one, but you wouldn't get this third party one because he's going to be like a head taller than every other Seeker.
I wouldn't get this one because I've got the Ramjet on pre-order, but
sure, but let's pretend it was thrust, like it was still be a head taller than everything else.
And as I sort of discussed to you during the week, the third-party companies, when they go in, they go all in. So far,
well, but they don't.
They try to.
No, they don't.
It takes a lot of time.
Yeah, well, okay, so it takes a long time, but that's kind of the opposite of going all in. Like, iGear released their first set of 3 Seekers, and then they released the Coneheads later. And by that time they disappeared, and the Coneheads are really hard to come by. But the 3 original Seekers are not that hard to find. It's the Coneheads that are the massive problems with iGear. And so like Takara's moving into that space now anyway. So like the iGear stuff's going to become very, very it's going to lose its value soon. But this guy is completely different. So like if you buy this guy, you have to buy the other Seekers that they release as well. Otherwise, they're not going to match. At least with the iGear Seekers, you sort of had a choice.
Yeah, and this my biggest issue is this Ramjet doesn't look like Ramjet. The wings on his legs don't go up. The way they sort of end and come back into the top of the knee, it's not Ramjet.
So I think that's more of a nod to trying to make a more realistic looking jet mode.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if there's something on his back that... Oh, wait a minute, I'll go down one. I'm sure... Yeah, well, there's panels on his back that sort of fill in them when it goes to jet, but the original G1 Ramjet, he had the full wing on his legs, and this is sort of cheating with that, but... I was surprised we had some photos of retractable landing gear, which these photos have out, which I don't understand why. But
they're not too dissimilar to the other landing gear.
As I learnt today that the MP3 and the MP11 mold have retractable landing gear, which. Okay, I haven't learnt that, but
so I'm actually looking at this and like it does.
I'm sorry, I don't see any interest in it at all. Like,
oh look, I reckon they're going to sell like hotcakes, but I kind of looking at sort of like the pedigree of the mold, I can sort of see that. I can sort of see the iGear and MP11 style rear support on the foot. I can see that. I can see that's been deployed, but I can see parts of it where they've borrowed from sort of the work that Takara's done, and parts of it where it's very original. Like the back of the air intakes, that doesn't look anything like Masterpieces.
It's a lot
like the current Masterpieces.
Yeah.
So it is quite different.
Yeah, the cone head's a lot bigger.
Mm-hmm.
I think.
Yeah, you could stab someone with that cone.
He also doesn't have his weapons, actually.
Yeah, good point. There's no accessories shot with it. I think he's a lot more robotic. Like there's a lot more to the robot mode, where the original.
This is true.
Yeah, with the other Seekers, there's a lot more plain kibble added to it.
We haven't actually seen this in jet mode yet either.
No, good point. But as for height out of scale and all that, as I said during the week, like if they're doing this, they'll do the rest of the 3 Coneheads by that time.
I've got no doubt that they want to, but I think with the amount of lead time that it takes third parties to actually say, right, we're doing this figure and actually get it out to market, I think it's going to be like 3 or 4 years before they get the whole Seeker army out there.
And by then, the Takara Thundercracker Skywarp, they'll be $450 or whatever stupid price, and they can come in with the original Starscream Thundercracker and Skywarp for $250, and it'll be a.
I wouldn't want to pay $250 for this.
It will be.
I'm not gonna pay. I'm not gonna pay anything for it. I think I'll skip it.
If the Takara Skywarp and Thundercracker are $200 or $220, whatever they were, third party's always dearer. It's got to be $250 at least. I can't.
Yeah, but you're pointing at the rarest of Takara's masterpiece figures. I mean,
points. Like Starscream come out for I think it was $65 at one point overseas at Walmart or whatever else. But
MP11 in general seems to be a fairly exclusive mold for Takara.
Yeah, but there's been questions about its like the mold condition and everything else. Really, all they're doing is repainting this. All you're going to see is instead of his thrusters on his wings, he's going to have like VTOFs for thrust. Dirge is just going to have longer end flaps on his wings, and I can't see much difference being in the wings for the three figures, repaint wise between them. And then for the Seekers, well, they just got to take them off and find a way of getting the wings onto the shoulders, which, good luck.
we shall see. Let's move on. There's only a couple more news stories before we can actually head off. We do record at night time, so it is getting a little bit late. We do apologise if one of us falls asleep. I think this time it might be me. Anyway, let's move on. TFC Toys has announced their Hercules, that's with a Q, Constructicon set. Now these guys are tiny little guys.
Super deformed.
Yeah, they're super deformed. Now, Brad, you said that they transform during the week. I'm not entirely sold on these guys transforming. I think they may just combine.
Well,
they look like the Power Core. Looking at it, they legit just look like Power Core. They have the same connectors and stuff.
Yeah, it's not Kids Logic have they're pretty much a posable
Well,
statue.
so Kids Logic ones are very different. Like these guys are individual figures that will combine to form Devastator, but they don't transform. They don't have a robot mode.
No.
Like that. One of the images is the back of the box. It just shows you how to combine them. But like, he does look pretty good, and he does have the look of one of those Kids Logic figures with the glowing eyes and sort of the super deformed nature to him.
And the giant freaking head.
Yeah. Well, that's part of the super deformed nature of him. But frankly, I would take the Kids Logic Devastator over this because, like, I think their paint job is going to be better.
Well, and again, you're going to buy this.
Kid Logic.
Why would you have them in individual bots? Like as you said, it combines, but the individual bots are only in alt mode, not bot mode. So
yeah.
To be fair, and honestly, Kids Logic have been doing the super deformed thing for a while. They got the the formula down pat. You're going to get a better figure through them anyway.
However, if you were buying a Gravity Builder, these alt modes look a lot better than the Gravity Builder alt modes. So you can have these little guys sitting in front of your Gravity Builder.
They're all so tiny.
Yeah, I know, but they're more realistic.
Fair enough. That seems like a bit of a stretch.
No, I'm just going after Gravity Builder.
Fair
Next.
enough. It does look like there's also... Does it look like there's also a... Oh no! On the back of it, there's a little chart highlighting the die-cast parts. So the bulldozer barrel, the cement mixer, shoulder, and it looks like all the important parts of all of the vehicles are die-cast. Fair enough.
Wonderful.
Yeah. So
and it comes with a little snarly face.
Yeah. No upside down shots here. Die-cast keeps them upright.
All right. Look, I think that's going to bring us to the end. I don't think we actually have that much more stuff to do. We did experiment a little bit with the format. We put the new acquisitions up the front, so that's cool. I was trying to think. The only stuff that I have on order at the moment is Ratchet, Ironhide, Hot Rod, and Shockwave. So all Masterpiece all the time for me at the moment. And I'm not honestly feeling Titan's Return. The only other thing that I'm actually interested in right now is the G2 Bruticus gift box. So I am for that one. The Combiner Wars style G2 version of Bruticus. So we called him Fruiticus. It looks awesome.
There's some interesting things happening
Fruiticus, love that.
there. Yeah, because he's due out in June.
I'm not so sure about that.
He may be earlier, but the Unite Warriors one's due out a couple of weeks later.
Is there actually going to be a Unite Warriors G2 Bruticus?
Oh, no.
The Combiner Wars one.
Yeah, just the Combiner Wars, the Unite Warriors Bruticus. But there's some whispers going around that if it's only going to be a couple of weeks apart, then Hasbro can get their hands on that Blast-Off to paint.
Come on, Hasbro can get their hands on Blast-Off now.
Yeah, and have that in there.
It doesn't matter when it gets released in Japan. Hasbro and Takara, they both design these toys and they both have access to the molds.
Yeah, good point. We're still... Groove shouldn't be too far away.
Yeah, Groove. So I think they'll do the same thing with Groove and Blast-Off as they did with Breakneck and Quickslinger.
They'll do a 2-part in April or May.
Yeah, like they can bring both of those figures out in one box. So like it's all to do with the wave assortment. I don't think they can bring out just one figure and mix them into the wave. I think they need to do their own wave with them.
Yeah.
And of course, I think I did my pessimistic rant about that last week when I said that Hasbro will of course tell us that you have to go to your local toy store. You have to support your local toy store. They're not going to be in big box chain stores. This is an exclusive thing. It's just for the collectors. We've just brought out these original things just for the collectors, and they're not going to be just everywhere. You have to go out and find them. The hunt is part of the thrill, and also they'll be all over Amazon. Because the first Breakneck and Quickslinger sets, they're all over Amazon. They are still warming shelves in Singapore as well. So if you want a Breakneck and a Quickslinger, go to Singapore or find someone like me who's going to Singapore soon. So see how it goes.
I'll call in that
Yeah,
favour. Yeah, I just before we end out, we've sort of had our discussion with what we've seen for Titan Return so far. Daniel, is there anything you're looking forward to this year? Soundwave, Blaster, Galvatron, any of the Titans
Maybe
Return?
Soundwave?
Yeah.
Maybe Soundwave? I've been sort of out of the loop because I've been so busy, but now that I finally got, my groove on,
Pun intended.
I'll be able to... Yeah, pun intended. I'll be able to, focus and get back into the swing of things I like.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, I'm not
sold on anything except perhaps Galvatron, but that's more because of love of the character than the figure itself. Like, I was just looking at the pictures of the Titans Return Galvatron, and honestly, I don't need it.
I can wait a year until it's $25, reduced to $25, $30 or whatever. Same with Blaster, Soundwave. I like them, but I'm not paying $80 for it.
Yeah.
To get it straight up in week one. I can wait. I'm going to focus. As I said, I've pre-ordered some third party stuff, some Masterpiece stuff. I'm going to focus on that now. Fill some holes in my G1 collection and go from there.
Sounds good to me.
Retail's not interesting me. I'm interested to see where ROD Season 2 goes, what we get from that, and what we get with possible return characters. But again, the Transformers Prime figures will be far better than anything we get of that. If we get a Bulkhead back, well, the Prime Bulkhead's better.
Bulkhead! I love Bulkhead.
I know.
You know what's better than Prime Bulkhead?
First edition Prime Bulkhead?
Animated Bulkhead.
Yeah, good call. Yep.
Yeah, actually, while we're on the talking of our changes in terms of what we're collecting, so Brad and Jason are both swapping to more focusing purely on masterpiece.
Yeah. Wave
I looked
6.
at my collection. And I realized it doesn't have a theme. It's just all
mine
figures
doesn't
that I've
either.
walked past, and I kind of like the look of that figure, and it somehow ended on my shelf.
I've done that as well, and so like this is how.
There's nothing wrong with that though.
No, there is nothing wrong with it, but like this is how I end up with like a botcon Leozak sitting next to a Chug Wreckgar.
And
And
above
it's like-
that, Star Saber.
Well, no, but above that there's boxed Robot Masters, Skywarp and Thundercracker, and then sitting next to that there's like a boxed animated RC, and it's like I don't like there is nothing wrong with collecting what you like, but I do think that there's perhaps more of an art than I've been applying to actually putting a focused collection together.
Yeah.
And
See,
maybe it's in the display rather than the collecting. Like you can collect what you want, but maybe it's the display that matters. You know, it's all in how you display things.
Well, see, for me, right, I love my Acid Storm because it's Acid Storm, but Hypernova is my thing. Like, he is my pride and joy, and I have no other reason to like it other than the fact that it's like a giant Gundam.
Yeah. Yep.
Hmm.
That's exactly. Even the Transformations Menasor we're looking at before. I'd love to have the thing on the shelf, just big ass spot. Looks good, but for the $600 for it being a Menasor, I've got no interest in that sitting next to anything else. But it would look good on a shelf, and I do not discredit anyone that wants to get it, loves it, wants to get it. It's just put some photos on the group when you get it, but
So that we can all live vicariously through you.
exactly.
Is that a bit like the whole thing with all the Devastator limbs being like the arms and stuff attached in various poses being thrown everywhere around?
Oh,
I am
God.
so lost when it comes to that, other than the fact that, you know, it's basically that the figure doesn't create the limbs anymore.
If I can weigh in on this, right? Like, I totally do not understand why people are losing their shit over the fact that a Devastator that you will end up paying the better part of $1,000 for can hold the weight of other toys. It's like I would be disappointed if it couldn't because of the amount of money it is costing, right?
Well, John was saying early on he was doubtful about the structural integrity, I'll say, of the figure.
Well, that's gone well for him, hasn't it?
Well, yeah, they're test shots. We'll see what it's like in hand, but
Very true. Very true.
yeah, yep.
All right,
Alright.
I think that's it, guys. Thank you for listening. Off the Shelf is the voice of Transformers Collectors Club Australia. You can find all of the stuff that we've been talking about and more, probably mostly on the Facebook group, actually, but your doorway into our world is transformerscca.com. Yeah, come along, join the ride, join the Facebook group, join us in the Buy Sell Trade group. It's still pretty fun in there as well. You know, I like to see what people have put up for sale, and there's been some really interesting things up for sale this week. So
There is a wide range of figures in there for sale.
so someone's put up a whole bunch of, I think there's some Energon and Cybertron stuff. There's some M&M's dispensers, and
There's one very large collection that may turn up in there very soon. We'll see what happens.
possibly
there.
we'll see.
Yeah.
Oh, look, there's probably going to be a large collection that turns up there once a week or so. We'll see. All right, guys, I think that's it. So
Lovely.
Thank you for listening, and we'll talk to you next week. Goodbye.
Thanks, guys. Goodbye.
See ya.
Nice.
Thank you for downloading this latest episode of Off the Shelf, the voice of the Transformers Collectors Club Australia. For further information, check out Facebook, where we have our Off the Shelf page, hit like, or even check out the Transformers Collectors Club Facebook group. Any and all feedback is more than welcome. You can send email to transformerscca@gmail.com or head on over to iTunes and leave us a review there. Also, Podbean have a review section where you can rate us, and that way we get out to more people. Till all are one.
Hello.
Good evening.
How are you doing?
I'm hungry.
You got your pizza yet?
I do.
Good. You can munch on the pizza while we eat.
If I'm making
Yeah.
too much noise, please let me know.
Yeah, I don't really like the red
Yeah.
things left behind. But I also
Yeah.
don't really care about like removing them. I'm fine for the figure to be as Takara has envisioned it, rather than
I
how
heard-
everyone else thinks.
Yeah, I heard the perfect quote today. I think it was from Radio Free Cybertron. No, it wasn't. It was from Shattercast. In regards to Ratchet, nurses have skirts, so I'm happy with it.
Okay.
Ratchet's not a nurse. He's a medic, but still. Okay.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things, and again, I'll quote Shattered Class as doing it. Shattered Cast. You look in your collection now with your Masterpiece line or your Masterpiece inspired bots. How many of them would you be willing to upgrade if you heard a new one was coming out, either by Takara or third party, and liked the design of it? As we've said in the past with the Fans Toys Grimlock, I still think MP8's a better figure, a better looking figure. If you don't have MP8, then yep, fine, go for the Fans Toys Grimlock. It's going to be the same price as buying an MP08, and you're going to have that extra size, but I still feel the MP08's a better Grimlock looking figure. But
The dirty little secret is that the official toys are always better. Like they just are.
yeah, yep. Logos, just as
Hey,
stickers.
Hey Dan.
Hello, man.
How you doing?
Good,
Yeah.
and you?
Yeah, pretty good. Sorry, asthma pop up.
You're right. Mute button.
We've heard worse on the podcast. Mainly it was Brad snoring.
Oh, that's a callback.
I know. It's called having a long memory.
That's good. I don't have a long memory at all.
I feel happy with that.
Having said that, I can't remember what we were talking about. Oh yeah, like the
The logos.
the black and white logos.
Nice.
I reckon it should be a rule that as the closing credits play, we get to hear Brad say "nice" as we come out, because I know you're going to cut that bit out, but like you say it every week and it should be in there.
All right.
Just
That'll be the
leave
last,
it in there.
that'll be the last thing that's heard. I really gotta bloody re-record the outro, like the credits. That's from like episode 3 or 4. That shitty old microphone.
Yeah, definitely should do that.